Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Low Production. We've got a special episode for you going over my trip to Texas this week. We'll, of course, go over some of the previous NFL games. We'll predict the next week of games, slate of games, and we will also go through who we think is on the hot seat, the top 5 coaches on the hot seat now that Brian Callahan has been fired. Let's get right into it here, Jess. Big Vaughn went to the Texas State Fair, if you can't tell by my outfit, and what an experience it was. We hopefully will put a lot of pictures and videos here for you from my experience, but the Red River Rivalry, it is what it's cracked up to be. What a great venue that is. Just a ton of fun. What a place.
Howdy, folks. Here we are, out riding, Cotton Bowl. Got my lovely girlfriend here. We're enjoying a corn dog before we get in there. Unbelievable. Took us like an hour to even get in the fairgrounds. There is just an ocean of people. There you go, get in there. Ocean of people getting ready to enjoy this game. What an unbelievable venue. I'll get another video for you guys while we're in there, but super excited. Thanks for tuning in. All right, folks, here we are from our seats. Pretty cool. What an amazing venue. It's definitely just a simple, no-bones stadium, which is awesome. So we'll let you guys know how it's going at halftime. Here we are on the top deck. An ocean of people. There's beautiful Dallas in the background. What an incredible place.
Man, oh man. Let's get into it. Dude, what'd you think of that game? I mean, you came into the game thinking you were going to go Big Texas all year long, and then you just switched up and you said, I'm going to go with the Oklahoma.
I did. I went against my gut, and clearly that was a mistake. Now, I made that decision last week when Texas lost to Florida, who is not good, and Oklahoma, the rumor was John Mateer was coming back, both of which I thought were spelled very good for Oklahoma. Here's what I saw in that game. No fault of his own, John Mateer was not ready to come back. They should have maybe benched him, I don't know, at halftime or something and just said, hey, look, man, we've got a better chance with someone else. It's not your fault. You know, you're not going to get a guy like that to not play if he can play. So, of course, he's going to tell you, yes, coach, I'm ready to go. And he's a tough cat. I still really like him. He just could not throw very well that week. He has not looked that bad yet. Meanwhile, though, their defense, I mean, Oklahoma, here's what I experienced with that game. Texas is not actually good. Oklahoma's just worse than we thought. They've played Michigan, who just got mollywopped by USC, and Auburn, who is also not very good, it appears. So the way it looks, these are actually just 2 not very good teams. I believe Texas will continue to lose. Oklahoma might continue to come back and be a little bit better, but their defense was ranked incredibly highly. Their defense did not look good. They got picked apart by Arch Manning, who's not good. So anyway, it was still a great game, even though they lost. I got one more thing to say, Jess, and this is to those Oklahoma fans, because old Vaughn lived among you. I said Boomer Sooner. People would say Boomer, I'd say Sooner. People would say Texas, I'd say sucks. Okay?
Yeah.
And those people were leaving before the third quarter was even over.
Oh, gosh.
It was empty we stayed for the whole game because it's like, we're already at the state fair. We're just going to walk around the state fair after this, which I think is what every other Oklahoma fan did, because there were a ton of Oklahoma shirts and jerseys after the game walking around the fair. And it was a ghost town by the end of that game. So OU fans do better. I will never root for OU ever again as long as I live. That game actually made me a little bit more of a Texas fan, because I normally have hated Texas and Oklahoma. Now I really hate Oklahoma even more, because you know what? For one, you can't score 1 touchdown in your main rivalry game. Embarrassing. For 2, your fans are kind of jerks. So
what were they acting like going into the game? What was the hype?
We were walking around with all of them, and boy, they felt pretty good. I mean, and so did I, of course. That's why I bought the tickets. But people were yelling at Texas fans. We were yelling in the line, yelling on the train there. We took the bus and the train to the fair. People yelling. Spirits were high. OU thought they had this one in the bag, which they seem to always think every year, from what I now understand. I talked to some Texas fans after the game and, admitted to them that, hey, I'm secretly just from Kansas City. I really hate both of you guys. What's the story here with this game or whatever? And I talked to some folks that were like, Oklahoma fans are just like that. They just think they're better than everybody. And I'm sure Texas fans are kind of like that too. But yeah, I don't know. I left there feeling some type of way about OU football. Not a good way at all. So do better.
Well, I'm gonna just drop to the other side of the football.
Okay.
And I'm gonna talk about Arch Manning. I mean, he
Sure.
had a shit game the week before.
Yeah.
And
Not
I
bad.
thought he had a pretty productive game. 21 for 27, 166. I mean, it seems like they really were just trying to, limit his exposure.
Yeah, they
Pick
did.
plays.
They've started to figure out, I think. It's a lot of short pass. They're looking a lot like the Eagles.
Well, you gotta. I mean, Quinn, you were.
Sure. Well, I still don't think Arch is very good. I don't think Texas is very good as a whole. I really don't. I don't think either of these teams are going to compete for the SEC or for playoff spot or anything. But yeah, maybe Texas can continue to figure it out with Arch. Maybe he can even, he's a junior, I believe, right now, so he can get one more year, maybe, and maybe they do better next year. At this point, this year's already dang near lost. I would not be shocked if they lose a couple more games. I'm unfamiliar with their schedule, but if they've got to play anybody like Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, anybody like that, they're going to get whooped.
Even Mizzou, bruh.
Mizzou would run wild all over them.
We would.
And that's just the way it is. So yeah, I think, but they did. They showed like they're starting to kind of figure it out. I mean, and this is against what was technically the number one ranked defense, I believe, at the time. Oklahoma's defense was highly, highly touted, and they picked them apart clean, just almost the whole game. So, and then they just every opportunity they took every opportunity. They played really well, and that's what good football teams do, especially in a rivalry games. So Steve Sarkisian, I think he's a great coach. I think Texas will continue to be a great team. They've got a lot of money. As of right now, they're held back by Arch. They're only going to get better either without him or as he gets better. So yeah, definitely. They looked way better. OU, I'd be worried. I'd be like, when are we going to get better? What are we going to do different to get better at football?
Yeah. Well, I look at the whole Arch Manning last year. I mean, last year you had Quinn Ewers
Sure.
deep in the saddle,
Oh,
you get the cowboy hat on, it's
yeah,
it's a cowboy episode,
absolutely.
You had Quinn Ewers deep in the saddle, and everybody was calling for his job, saying, "Hey, we want Arch."
I recall.
Well, guess what? Now you've got Arch, and now you've got to deal with what you actually got with him. I mean, you go into the season thinking he's going to be a Heisman, thinking he's going to be number 1 overall pick, but now you get to see you get to see the experience,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came in thinking he was going to be pretty good, but honestly, you're going to win some games and he's going to develop. Maybe next year he'll be a better quarterback, but right now he ain't Quinn Ewers.
No, he's not. And it's clear why, people were mad at Sark last year for not starting Arch over Quinn Ewers when Quinn came back and they lost that playoff game to Notre Dame. Who'd they lose to? Anyway, they didn't quite make it, right? And people all were calling for heads, about that. Well, now we know. Now we know, hey, Quinn Ewers was the man for the job at that time, and Arch wasn't quite ready yet. And I hope he continues to get better, but some of the stuff I see from him is alarming still. He does not throw the ball deep well at all. He's not very accurate past 20 yards. So I don't know, though. I agree with you. I think he can probably still get better. People were just so ready for him because of the name on the back of the jersey. They were ready for him to come out and do a Peyton Manning Tennessee, and he just didn't. And that's no shame against him. Hope he gets better.
I will say, I believe Arch Manning will make the league.
Okay.
But just because of the name on his back.
You think so? So you think he won't get too much better, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to be on the practice squad, but
Okay.
He's just you got to really develop him, And you talk
Yeah.
about that coach down there in Texas.
Yeah, Sark. Yeah, he's
He's
good.
a quarterback whisperer. He knows how
I
to
guess so.
develop quarterbacks. And the fact this is what we're getting 166 yards,
Mhm.
22 for 27.
Yeah.
You have to dink and dunk with him.
Sure.
It seems like he doesn't have a lot of faith in him.
Definitely not. No, with their play calling, it's clear that they've already accepted, okay, this is not our normal style of football is not going to work this year. Lucky for them, they've still got a great run game and they've still got a very good defense, but they've realized, okay, we can't go for long balls. We can't have, they've got some legit receivers out there. They've got Wingo. He's the man, and he's out there. He's open. And if you can't get the ball to him, you can't get the ball to him. So, yeah, I agree. They've already accepted that, okay, we've got to play with him to his strengths and limit his exposure, just as you say, to limit his mistakes. So, yeah, absolutely. They know what's going on over there. Let's move on here to our Giants and Eagles discussion here.
Oh, man. You talk about this game.
Yeah.
The Giants, they go in, they roll the Chargers.
Yeah.
And now they roll the Eagles.
Big time.
And they blow them out.
Big time. Right. Beat them badly. Yeah.
So here's my
absolutely.
question. Are they legit or are they just lucky? Because you also lose. They also lost last week to
the Eagles.
The Saints. They lost last week to the Saints, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The Spencer Rattler Saints.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think. The Giants are... I think that Brian Daboll is not the worst coach.
He's good. I think he's a great coach.
People have been calling for his head. They have had a very bad team, and I don't think it's been his fault. And I think this... that I was talking about Jackson Dart playing and how it was going to be a big mistake. Well, as right now, it's not. He's only gaining confidence, and their other rookie, Cam Scattaboo, is running wild as well. And I think maybe the rest of the team, they've got a legit fantastic defense over there. Like, they're stacked on defense. So I think maybe it's lit a fire. And I think maybe this is not just luck. They could continue to get better. Maybe even sniff a playoff spot. I think this might be legit here.
I love the Giants to make the playoffs, but
Mm-hmm.
watching them, I just get deja vu from 2022
Mm-hmm.
when they did make the playoffs and they had Saquon
Oh, yeah.
and they had Daniel Jones. Because I'll tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
I think Jackson Dart plays just like Daniel Jones did with the Giants, where
Yeah.
he can't really throw the ball. If he throws the ball 15, 20 yards, he'll piss himself. He can't do it. He's going to have to run the ball. He runs it more than he throws.
He does. You are right. He is a serious running quarterback, and he also likes hitting people, which is bad for a quarterback. Don't do that, man. Take a dive.
Man, dude, I absolutely loved it when Ref has his hand up.
Oh, man.
And then he just runs up and just high fives him, bro.
That's awesome.
I remember one time, it kind of took me back. There was a wrestling match I had where I was losing 0-6. I come back, beat the guy. I got so hyped I tried to hug the ref. The ref had the same reaction.
Sometimes you jacked up.
Dude, you get hyped, man. You can't help it.
Sometimes you freak it out. I remember in football, the one time I scored a touchdown and I was so excited I threw the ball to one of my own teammates like a jerk. I just wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, ah.
You hit him?
No, I just went, hold that. Hold that bitch. Like I was being a bad guy. Anyway, are they a seriously good team? Probably still not. But are they trending that way? Yes. And can they perform above their potential? I think so. And I definitely think that Brian Daboll should have a safe job after seeing what this is. That it has never been his fault, these Giants teams. And what they did in 2022 was because of him. So I've never disliked Brian Daboll. I don't think he deserves to get fired for having such a terrible squad. Why are you trying to start Russell Wilson in the year 2025? What are you doing? So their decision, I didn't agree with it when they did it because I just was like, this is how you ruin rookie quarterbacks. As of right now, it's looking really good. If that continues, and they continue to win games, that they maybe shouldn't, and games that they should, they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, and they're going to be in great shape, and they're only going to get better. So congratulations to the Giants. Great job beating the damn Eagles. Let's talk a little bit about the Eagles, too.
Yeah.
What do you think here, Jess? What's going on here? Is this just a little lull for them? Is this just a little mistake, or are some cracks starting to show?
I think you need to get your binoculars out because they are on fraud watch.
Okay.
Fraud watch. I mean, they're getting figured out. Like I said, they run a high school playbook.
Yep.
And
I do remember you saying this
talent
last
can
week.
get you so far. Talent can win you games, but
Yep.
when you put tape out there, it's over.
Well,
It's-
I think it's interesting how upset AJ Brown has been, how upset, Devonta Smith has been. It's almost like, even though they were winning games, people were saying, why is AJ Brown upset? They're winning football games. It's almost like he knew. He was looking around and he was going, this isn't going to always work. We're magically winning these games, but we're going to, face some teams and drop some games. And man, if you're going to lose that locker room, like I think Nick Sirianni probably could easily, like he did 2 years ago, and if you're going to allow these players to kind of start to separate, they're only going to get worse. So I'm very interested to see what they do. They need a get-right game quick because they're only going to slide and slide and slide, and people will get farther and farther away from the team mission. People like A.J. Brown, who I'd be mad too if I wasn't getting the ball. I'd be like, hey, man, I'm open. I can win us games. Like, I'm a legit fantastic receiver. So, yeah, they need to fix what they got right now. Otherwise, absolutely, they will be in big trouble here come January time.
I mean, they got the tush push, but we got Cam Scatterball.
Okay.
98 rushing yards
Yeah.
and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's legit too, right? Have we seen enough to say this isn't just a linsanity? This is legit, right? I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think he's legit. I
Yeah.
think he's legit. I think it'd be fun to see.
I mean, he was so fun to watch in college for Arizona State, a one-man offense that dang near got him through the playoffs, got him into the playoffs. Just such a fun team, such a fun player to watch, and I'm really glad to see that it's translated so well to the NFL, unlike some other running backs that were highly touted.
Well, I've been at the department. I've been watching a lot of games.
Yeah.
Word on the street is you didn't think he was legit.
Scatterboo?
Yeah.
Well, I did draft him on my fantasy team, but people were like, "Oh, you're gonna," and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna start him. He's got time to grow or whatever. He's gonna be like a backup kind of thing, a flex player if somebody's hurt." So no, I didn't think he would automatically become RB1 for the Giants. Definitely not. So I'm really happy to see that he's made such a quick jump so fast. I mean, he is really laying the wood on these NFL players, and you don't see that a lot, from a rookie where it's like, "Oh, this guy's coming right out of the gate, hitting the biggest men he's ever played against hard."
Oh,
and that's
I know
awesome.
it. He is like a bowling ball.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Let's talk here about the Cowboys and Panthers.
Oh my gosh, what
What
a
a game.
game. I just want to say beforehand,
Yeah.
old Jess was pretty high on the Cowboys and
Yeah.
Panthers to make the playoffs, and you're starting to see it, man. You're seeing what I've been saying.
I think I hate to agree with you, but I do agree with you. Now, I've got a problem with the Cowboys here.
You got a problem with the Cowboys?
I got a problem with the Cowboys.
Okay, let's hear it.
Their defense sucks. It's terrible. It's terrible. But you're absolutely right. Offensively, they look great. And the Panthers, they look good too. They've kind of started to put things together where it's like, maybe these guys do have something going here, where they can again win some games, do a Giants thing, and win some games that they shouldn't, and win the games that they should. They're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot. So, yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams looked really great. I watched this at the State Fair, watched the Cowboys lose on a big, jumbo screen at a beer garden in the fair, and watched all those Cowboys fans just absolutely just be bumming. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dak Prescott, what do you think? How's he look?
You talk about their defense sucks, but they play in the NFC, bruh.
Yeah.
They're playing against teams that don't have quarterbacks. I mean, if you look at it from my perspective, your defense can suck, but who are you playing against? Because they got a lot of good running backs in the NFC. You can't run the ball when you're down.
Sure.
You're gonna have to be throwing it. You know.
Okay.
So these quarterbacks in the NFC, they're gonna have to rise to the occasion if they want to still have a crack at it because you got to go blow for blow with Dak Prescott. You know, he's playing phenomenal, like an MVP.
Yeah.
You also get CeeDee Lamb next week.
You're right. Yeah, they'll be right back with him. Not that they even need him right now. George Pickens has been doing enough.
No, I tell you what, that boy George Pickens, bro.
He's a bad man.
He's a bad man. He's ranked out number 3 in receiving yards.
Really?
And he's the only player this year with 5 touchdowns and 500 receiving yards. He's averaging a touchdown a game.
Absolutely. And he's also hilarious, to watch. He's just so funny. If he can contain himself as far as, not acting like a huge jackass, he is absolutely one of the best receivers in the league. One of the best possession receivers I've ever seen.
Oh, my gosh.
When you throw the ball to him and there's a corner there, he's going to snatch the ball and snatch the dude's chain while he's at it. I mean, George Pickens is a demon. Thank God he's in the NFL and not on the streets. But he's just a fantastic player. So fun to watch. So funny. Just a super entertaining player. So, yeah, I think even though the Cowboys lost this game, yeah, they should not be too worried about it. The Panthers outplayed them just because the Panthers are looking legitimate, I think.
And that defense is good too, bro.
Yes, yeah. The Panthers are putting it together. They're quietly putting something together over there.
I mean, yeah, you talk about the Panthers. I got a guy from the Panthers that I didn't even see coming because, I thought it was going to be, I knew it was like the turtle that got somehow it ended up on the fence.
Yeah.
You don't know how they're going to get there, but they get there.
Sure.
But, I thought it was going to be the Bryce Young and T-Mac show.
Yes, you did.
T-Mac put together a good game. His first 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, wow.
Well, Bryce Young had 3 touchdowns.
Well, sure, yeah.
But T-Mac put together a good game. But that Uncle Rico, that's my guy, bro.
I know it.
183 rushing yards, 56 receiving yards, and it's a revenge game. He played for Dallas Cowboys last year.
You're right.
And I remember when he was in the Cowboys, he was a complete bum.
Yeah, he really was. He was not good.
I mean, he is having a renaissance for his career with the Panthers. You get old Jess 33 fantasy points a week prior, another 33 points, and you got George Pickens who got 30 points. Man, it is so good to have a good fantasy team. I used to pray for times like these to rhyme like this.
Okay, all right. I'm praying for that now. Now, do you think with Rico Dowdle, do you think that this is sustainable? This is 2 weeks in a row here. Is this what he's going to be doing now, or is this just he's just had 2 amazing games and he'll continue to be all right, but is this sustainable what he's doing right now?
Oh man, I don't know what it is, dude. I think it might be the Jeremy Lin sanity run. He's on his Jeremy Lin run where it's
might be.
He's piecing up Kobe with 35 points.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh man,
for 2 weeks, yeah.
For 2 weeks, yeah. I remember.
The city of New York nearly burned down. People were losing their minds.
It was like the biggest highlight in New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a Knicks fan,
Hey, come on now. Yeah. So if he can continue. I mean, they don't even need him to have huge games. They're playing well enough that they just need him. If he can bust off 80 yards a game, they're going to be in great shape. But if he continues doing what he's doing right now, especially his pass catching, I mean, he's everywhere. He's
crazy.
Hard to stop. He's doing a Christian McCaffrey right now. I mean, holy cow. I think he's on the juice. NFL investigate that man, Rico Dowdle.
No. Just let me trade him first before we investigate.
No, okay. Yeah, we'll take him. Yeah.
Man.
Let's talk here about this Lions versus Chiefs game. Now, Big Vaughn was driving back from Dallas and listened to this on the radio. So from what I heard on the radio, it kind of seemed like an entire routing of the Detroit football team. What did you see as someone that watched the game?
I seen a team that just couldn't do anything in the second half. I mean, you go up, you're up, and then you just stop scoring, it feels like. And, you get that garbage touchdown to Sam Laporta, but, the Chiefs kind of had them where they wanted them,
The whole time, it sounded like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was like the opposite. So when the Chiefs played the Jags, it seemed like the Chiefs played phenomenal in that first half.
Yeah.
And then they didn't make the right adjustments in the second. But this time around, they made proper adjustments.
Yep.
And the Lions got.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs seemed to come out after halftime and roll them even worse. I mean, scoring right before halftime and then getting the ball at halftime and going and scoring again. Boy, that's hard to deal with if you're on the other team. I mean, that is hard to not be totally demoralized by. So just fantastic stuff from the Chiefs. What frustrates me is this is what I thought was going on when we beat the Ravens. And I know the Lions are hurt too, but they're not that hurt. They were the number 1 ranked freaking team last week. So I don't want to hear some nonsense about, oh, they're real banged up and that's why the Chiefs beat them. The Chiefs are beating up on banged up teams. You know, we beat up on the Ravens. They're a banged up team. And people didn't give us our flowers. And then we lost to the Jags. Maybe people were right. What's changed now, Jess? I mean, what's different? Are we just finally starting to mesh together? The offense seems to be, everything seems to be working. What's going on?
Well, that was a get-back game for the Chiefs. I mean,
Maybe so.
You look at Kelsey, he had a big game, and I'm
Mhm.
just sitting there just watching the game, and I had somebody made a comment about how, Kelsey, if Kelsey could do this every week, I'm like, I'm sorry, but Kelsey ain't doing this every week.
Oh, sure. He's going to give you what you need, not what you want.
When you need, yes. When you need a big game,
Yep.
you're gonna get it from Kelsey. You ain't gonna
Okay.
get this on a week-to-week basis, and that's just how it's gonna be now.
Sure. I think I agree. He's old, man. He's 36 years old, for God's sakes. He'll give you what you need, but that definitely, maybe you're right. Being 2-4 is bad. That's a hard record to overcome. So being 3-3, the world's your oyster. Anything can happen from, we could win the next 12 games, whatever.
No, don't get too heavy.
Okay, no,
I expect them to play a sloppy game against the Raiders.
I think I agree.
This could be a trap game for the Chiefs. I hate to say it.
I think I agree.
But when you look at the Chiefs,
our producer over here is a real Chiefs hater because he likes them bum-ass Ravens. That bum-ass Raven squad that ain't going to do bo diddly the rest of the year.
That's it. I thought it said KFC. It said...
it did FKC.
It said FKC. I thought it said KFC. I thought, man, is that where we're going afterwards?
I think you're a little dyslexic. That's all right. I think you're right, unfortunately. I think those Raiders... Let's be honest here, too. And I don't always love this argument, but for the Raiders, this is their Super Bowl this year. I mean, they know they're not going to win nothing this year. They want to beat the Chiefs. Bad. Understandable. It's our main rival. I think they could definitely have I still think the Chiefs will win. The Raiders are just too bad right now. They're too bad.
Well, they stole Christmas 2 years ago.
You're right.
With old boy.
I'm right. You're right. They ruined Christmas with Max Crosby. They ruined it.
And that guy, that quarterback they had.
This is why you can't tell him anything during it doesn't work. It totally shut him down.
But anyway,
what do they got going, Jeff?
Anyways, you look at, they stole Christmas from you 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that game, and that quarterback, I can't even, what's his name? Farva from...
Oh, you're right,
Super
with the
Troopers?
Nasty mustache.
Yeah.
I remember that guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
But
but he sucked.
He didn't have any passing yards after the first quarter. They won the game, and they
I
were a
recall
pretty
that.
terrible football team. And we went
You're
on to win the Super Bowl that year.
You're right.
So
look.
when you look at this game,
Mhm.
Raiders can beat you with anybody. That's the thing.
Well, you're right. Well, it's just like any other rivalry game. I've been talking about it all year, it seems like. And that Texas OU game was a great proven point, too. Anybody can beat anybody if they care enough. Rivalry games are weird. So I think I totally agree. God willing, we really need to get into positive territory here. So I think we're still going to win, but it's going to make Old Bond sweat. And he's going to get real pissed off, and he's going to end the game not feeling good. I can totally believe that. So let's talk a little bit about some of those predictions for next week. We pretty much went through our Chiefs-Raiders prediction.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty hype game coming up here, Rams versus Jaguars.
Well, I've been preaching it for weeks now to the choir, but Puka Nacua, elite production, but he's fragile.
Yeah, and here he is. He's not playing next week, is he? I don't think he is.
Yeah, it's my ongoing dilemma with him. He's not playing next week. You know how many games he's missed? He's never played a full season.
Is that right?
I love the guy to death.
Well, look at how they're using it. They're running him like a rented mule. Man, what do you want from them? From the guy? He's catching the ball 20 times a game and running the ball 5 times. He's all over the place. Sometimes he's throwing it. He's doing it all.
Puka's averaging 100 yards, receiving yards a game.
Yeah, no, he's pretty unbelievable. As of right now, obviously wide receiver 1. I mean, there's not even really an argument.
When he's playing.
Well, of course. So do the Jags have a chance here? Without Puka? Can the Rams handle being without Puka?
Yeah, I mean, who you got? You got Matthew Stafford, who's cool and all, but he's an old head.
Right. Kyron Williams hasn't really had an insane year this year. He's done a fine job, but
average. He's been average at that.
I'm thinking the Jags take it. I'm thinking the Jags are continuing their campaign to prove themselves as a legitimate team this year. I already think they are legitimate. After beating the Chiefs, that Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence starting to use his legs more than I've ever seen before. I think they're just going to continue to prove that they are here to stay. And they are definitely going to be fighting for that AFC South because it's going to be tough to get by the Colts, but besides that, it's, they're pretty bad. So, yeah, Jags win this one, I think. What do you think, Jess?
I think Jags win this one. I think Jags win the division, to be honest with you. The Colts are cool and all.
Yeah.
But they're going to slow down.
I think you're right. It can't be sustainable, right? It can't. It just can't. I want to say that they're the best team in the NFL right now, but it's just not sustainable. It just can't be.
In November, December, they're going to drop a lot of games.
Maybe so.
Shane Steichen's a cool coach, but...
Sure. I don't think it'll be his fault necessarily. I think they're just really outperforming their roster right now, and that's all right. It's a great job, guys, but you're right. When it comes down to crunch time, teams are going to play to their level, and there are other teams that are just better.
Teams they are different teams throughout the year. They can be killers in the beginning of the year, and then they drop a lot of games.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sam Darnold with the Vikings.
You're right.
Hot.
Same difference.
But they slowed down, Brad.
I'm definitely seeing deja vu pretty much totally with this Colts team and that Vikings team last year. It's almost identical, it feels like. So, yeah, absolutely. What a bummer, for the Colts. Let's talk about them, though. They're playing the Chargers. Who beats who here?
I think we got a fraud watch game.
Oh,
Battle of the Mids.
A battle of the Mids.
I mean, you got two teams. The Cardinals almost beat them boys, the Colts.
Oh yeah, right.
And they didn't even have Kyler Murray, bro. Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
I mean, he marched,
Brisket.
He goes band for band with this team.
Yeah.
Gets downfield, 4th and goal, throws in the end zone, and you got a PI call.
Oh, sure.
Hands wave up. They don't see it, but I'm not going to sit here and say refs, I'm not going to call the refs out as a Chiefs fan. I hear they on the daily.
Yeah, right.
And that's not about to be a hypocrite saying, oh, the Chiefs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Specifically with the Chargers, I think that not having Joe Alt genuinely has made such a difference to this team. I think he's such a leader for their team, and he's the best lineman in the NFL. And not having him, Justin Herbert has not looked the same since he's been out. And that is still going to be their problem. They have not found a solution yet. And the Colts are doing everything that they need to be doing right now. The Chargers are on the back foot. They're on their heels. They're barely beating Miami. They're going, oh my God, the Dolphins. Oh, and they barely land a knockout punch. The Colts they're going, hey, we're here to stay. We're here to, show you that we're better than you think we are. And they're fighting. So yeah, I agree. Colts win. Totally. Let's see here. Bucks versus Lions. Battle of the. This is looking like a hospital ward over here.
Hospital.
I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing for either of these teams.
I mean, you look at this game, you got VK Ibuka.
Yeah.
You got Bucky Irving is out.
Yeah.
You got Mike Evans is out.
Yep.
However, can they win? They still beat the 49ers, but that's a hospital team too.
It is. It is, but boy, do they... And they have pretty much the same roster as they did when they beat the 49ers. And the Lions, I think what hurts them is... I think if the Lions had beat the Chiefs just a couple days ago, the Lions would lose this game. Unfortunately, they lost to the Chiefs, and they're mad about it. because they did get outplayed. It wasn't just, officiating, and it wasn't just a close game that things could have gone our way. No, they got beat badly. This is unfortunately their get-right game. I think they're probably going to have their way with the Bucs. I think the Bucs put on a good show. It's not their fault. I'm still riding with Baker. I'm still riding with the Bucs. They look good. Unfortunately, I'm going to go with the Lions here, yeah.
I don't blame you. I'm going to go with the Lions, too. I mean, these Bucs ain't going to win.
They're just too banged up, man. It ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. They got the injury bug. And hopefully they come back, not having Emeka Egbuka is the killer, because they were playing fine with Mike Evans out. With Egbuka out, forget it.
You got Chris Godwin
so
and
good.
McMillan and Dalton McMillan, What are you
Ain't no good, man.
Then you got Rashad White. He went to high school at Olathe North.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How's that? Wow, I didn't know he was so close. Probably before he got, recruited to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah.
I hate those guys. Mill Valley,
Dude,
I hate you too.
Man, St. Aquinas, they got one heck of a wrestling squad, bro.
I'm sure they do. They recruit. They take all the kids from the public schools. Must be easy.
We were dueling them wrestling, bro, and I was going against this guy, and they said don't get pinned.
Yeah,
this guy's the best in the state.
Oh, wow.
State of Kansas. I'm like, oh, these are just Kansas kid, corn cobbler, he ain't nothing but a thing.
Corn cobbler.
If I can't, I could go and not get pinned. This guy runs up the score against me. He tech falls me. And I'm just hurting because I'm just not trying to get pinned.
Yeah.
He gets up and he dabs on me. It's the year of 2021. Dabbing was cool back in 2015.
Yeah.
He dabbed on me.
Yeah, that's a real
What
shame.
are we doing?
Yeah, that's
I was like, oh man, yeah.
That's a real shame there. Good folks, listening to Low Production, we're going to pause here for a quick commercial break. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into Low Production. This is our designated ad space for you, whoever is watching, whether you're the CEO of a massive business, or you're a locally owned business, or you're just some guy that wants us to talk about a product that you make, or just talk about something at all. You can pay us, we'll talk about it. So contact us, we'll leave some information either in the description or a QR code, and we can have an ad space for you right here.
And we are back from commercial, and now we're going to give our host gives one upset pick, one player to watch, one crazy prediction for the week.
Okay.
And I'm going to go first with my upset pick.
All right.
I originally I want to play it safe because I love the Chiefs.
Sure.
I love the Chiefs. Love you guys so much. I'm the biggest Chiefs fan there is.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about these Raiders.
Oh, no. Man, for real?
Because it'd be a big upset if they lose.
Right. You're right, it would be.
And it's I feel like they got Ashton Gianti. He's back he's deep in the saddle,
Yeah.
He's going to get his cowboy hat out.
Okay.
But I think somehow they lose this game. I hate to say it.
Oh, man. That's a shame.
But
I agreed with your first pick that I see up here.
The Bengals with the Steelers, but the more I think about it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to really depend if Rasheed can get going this game because I feel like everybody's going to kind of be off.
Maybe so, maybe.
So that's going to make me pivot and say the player to watch is going to be Rasheed Rice.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. Player to watch as in just to see if he does anything, huh?
Yeah.
I see. Well, my upset pick, I was gonna do a different one, but you know what? I'll do it since you haven't done it. Bengals upset the Steelers because I did want to talk about this game. Aaron Rodgers has the worst quarterback grade in the league. Justin Fields threw for negative yards last week, and Aaron Rodgers has a worse grade than him. It's again, Mike Tomlin's the man. Obviously, they're outperforming what they should be. And Zach Taylor, well, we'll get into old Zach Taylor when we go over our hot seats. But not a good coach versus a good coach. As far as if you ask me, I think it doesn't matter. I think the Bengals are just going to play a little bit better than the Steelers, especially with Joe Flacco. Being an Unk Bowl is pretty funny. This is going to be a bad game.
This is an Unk Bowl. This is such an Unk Bowl, bro.
This is going to be a bad game.
Great
the
point.
Combined age of the quarterbacks is like 82. It's old. I got a grandma younger than that. They're old as can be.
They're so old, dude.
So I think it'll be a bad game, frankly. But yeah, I've got the Bengals upsetting the Steelers, I think. Most people are having the Steelers picked. I think the Bengals are due, basically. It's also the AFC North. Everybody seems to cannibalize each other every year, even when you have a team that's way better than everyone else, like the Ravens. They seem to all just get up in on each other, which is why it's such good football up there. My player to watch, this is going to shock you here, Jess. Rico Dowdle. I watch him because
love him so much.
Watch him
Oh,
because
man. Uncle Rico, baby.
Watch him because is it going to happen again? That's what I want to know. Are we going to, see more of the same? I'm hoping so. But yeah, pay attention to the Panthers game.
I tell you what, we're gonna pivot back to this Bengals upset Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, Joe? Homeboy's not playing that great. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's not playing that good, but he's going against the worst defense in the league, and he's got DK Metcalf in the saddle.
Look,
he's also got Jalen Warren,
keep
who
saying
is a
in
horse.
the saddle just because I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Well, I
never heard you.
You got
say
me fired
before.
up.
I've never heard you say it before in your whole life, and you just keep saying it. What does it even mean?
You got me all fired up. You got your mustache. You got the cowboy
I've had
hat.
a mustache for 2 years.
You look like you're from the movie Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, come on. Yeah, neither of them had a mustache. Oh, no, Jake Gyllenhaal did have a mustache in that movie, I think. Look, my gas station cowboy hat is, that's crazy. I'm getting attacked here because I had a great time in Texas and people were wearing cowboy hats. I wasn't the only person with a cowboy hat. I almost bought one of them $200 ones, but I didn't.
Oh, man.
And, I had a great time, and now we're talking about in the saddle. We're talking about, some crazy stuff over here. I get what you're saying, Jess. The Steelers are certainly a better team, and yeah, the Bengals defense is awful. Their offense is not great, but I don't know. Something just tells me.
I think Rodgers actually has a big game. He's going to have a big game.
He did in week 1. You remember that?
Yeah.
Didn't they play the Jets week 1?
Yeah, but everybody's got a big game against the Jets.
I guess you're right.
Jess, I could come out of retirement and have a good game.
I guess so.
Remember when I thought they were going to be a top 5 team, bro?
Look, hey, you get excited, right? That's the media. The media gets you excited for these teams because it's just something to do. And then you show the world what you're really about. This is hard to perform in this environment. Our producer's over there writing obscenities on his iPad. He's busting a gut, Lena. He's dying over there. Listen, Jess.
I think he's making great points.
You think so? He's just writing perverse language on there. Listen, Jess, let's get into this hot seat and get this episode over with.
I just want to say, for my crazy prediction, I think George Pickens has over 200 yards, along with 2 touchdowns against the Commanders. That is a lot.
Ooh, you know what? And I tell you this too. Let's go over. I'm sure we want to talk just a tiny bit about the Commanders. Ding, ding, ding. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. I've been fighting for them all year. They're not good. They're not good. The Bears suck, okay? I do not care that they won that game. I don't care that they showed grit. Caleb Williams is not good. That whole team is not good. They will not win very many more games, and the Commanders could not put them away. The Commanders are just not good. Well, there you go. Our producer seems to agree with me here. Yeah, it's a real bummer, because old Vaughn had him for the Super Bowl pick. It ain't happening. It just ain't happening. They ain't no good. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't really even know how they can fix it. But they're just not performing as well as they need to be in that conversation, especially in that NFC East, which is a dogfight. So, yeah, bummer. But yeah, George Pickens, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Commanders. Book it, baby. I like it.
Man.
I mean, the Commanders are not looking good. Their defense in particular does not look good. So I can totally see that happening. Cowboys need a win too. Sure. Great prediction here, I think.
I'm putting the house on it.
The house?
Nah,
this house? Where are we going to do the next episode?
Oh, man.
When you inevitably lose.
No, man, we're going to have our own studio after it hits, man.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Well, let's get into our hot seat here.
Oh, man.
Let's go through your top 5. There's a lot of interesting picks on here.
At the 5 spot
Whoa.
for coaches of the hot seat, I've got Pete Carroll for the Raiders. Yeah, you know he's started this year, and yeah, I get that. But you got Tom Brady, who's giving you some intel.
Oh.
I mean, it seems like he's just playing like a bum. He's gonna have to have a great game. He's gonna have a good game.
Yeah.
He's gonna need to have a good game in order to get on everybody's good side again. He knows it, and I think he shows up next week.
Okay, so maybe you think he gets off of the hot seat, old Pete?
Yeah, because he's at the 5 spot. You know, he ain't gonna fire 5 coaches.
No, I think you're right. I think I think he's not there. They'll let him go a year, I think, before they can't. But yeah, I think you're right. They have definitely not performed how they should have this year. At least how they thought maybe they'd do with old Pete Carroll.
And then at the 4 spot, we got Aaron Glenn with the Jets. You only score 12 points that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what? No, it wasn't 12. It was 11.
11 points. How do you score 11 points?
11 points.
13 to 11. That's like a dang good baseball game.
That game was pathetic.
That was terrible.
It was pathetic just watching how you can't get a first down. You're not even playing to get first downs.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 11. We're running the ball. What are we doing? You ain't got no faith in that homeboy, Justin Fields.
No, you don't.
You get 26 yards in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
This should have been a blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, that defense got you the sack in the end zone. They got a
safety.
Defense got a safety, and you still lose. The Broncos give up 13 points, by the way.
Right.
What are we doing?
You know, the Broncos do have a great defense, but yeah, that was just an awful football game.
You've got Garrett Wilson.
You're right.
Garrett Wilson, if Garrett Wilson had this list up, he'd have it at the 1 spot.
He wants him gone, huh?
He'd be barking at Aaron Glenn all the time, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. I've got my top 5, so I won't go too deep into it, but yeah, they need to figure some stuff out. That's for sure. I totally can agree with Aaron Glenn on this list right now.
And then I got that boy from old Dolphins, Josh McDaniels.
Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel.
I figured you were talking about him. Josh McDaniels was the old Raiders coach. You remember him?
Yeah.
He sucked too.
He did suck, bro.
But yeah,
I mean, golly, this guy, it just sucks. It's just, it's so pathetic just watching the Dolphins, dude. I mean, you get downfield, you score, you get up, you're up. And this defense can't sack. They get to Justin Herbert, don't sack him, and they break all these tackles from Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey breaks off a 70-yard catch.
Yeah.
And with like 25 seconds left of this Dolphins game.
Right.
This game was in the bag.
You're right. Ladd McConkey, who, by the way, has not had a good game in a couple weeks, they let him have their way with him. Absolutely go off.
And they could have beat the Patriots, too.
Yep.
No, not the Patriots. They could have beat the Bills, too. If their team lacks discipline. You see how homeboy is throwing everybody under the bus. Tua's throwing everybody on the bus.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable look.
And then Mike McDaniels, he goes, "Oh yeah, we're trying." Like trying is not enough.
Right. I did my best. It wasn't enough. He said a couple weeks. If that's your best, that means you should be fired. If your best is losing, is going 1-5, you should be canned. So, yeah, he sucks totally.
I say take accountability, and I think it might be time to move on.
Yeah. I don't think he survives this season. That's for sure.
At the 2 spot, we've got Nick Sirianni.
Wow.
He is holding that team back.
I think you're totally right, Jess, but I think this is a little crazy right now. They got a really great record the last couple of years. I mean, everybody, including Eagles fans, want him gone. But if you're winning games, you're winning games. How can you fire a coach that's winning all his games?
Well, I'll tell you what. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And they're passed with firing. They are not afraid to fire.
They fired Andy Reid.
And
after having a great winning record and making it to the Super Bowl, making it to many NFC Championship games.
Maybe one of the top 3, top 5 coaches of all time.
Sure.
They fired.
Yeah.
And they also fired Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
After he won them a Super Bowl not even 2 years
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 2 years removed from winning the Super Bowl. So you're totally right. Maybe.
And, Nick Sirianni, just because you got that Super Bowl win, what have you done for me lately?
I think, yeah.
And then at the one spot, we've got Jonathan Gannon for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Poor player development.
Yeah.
I mean, can we not put a time frame of how much Kyler can play Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Like,
come on. They did. They put it in his contract. What more do you want him to do?
Jonathan Gannon should have got on his PlayStation, got into parental control.
Oh, and blocked it after 8 p.m. or something.
I mean, oh gosh, it is rough, dude. I mean, Kyler Murray he's just salted his career away, bro.
For right now, yes. What has he done? And I see you're talking about that Titans game there. That's embarrassing.
When you lose to the Tennessee Titans,
you shouldn't. They were blowing them out.
Not even a week prior, Cam Ward said, "Yeah, we ass."
Yeah, right. And they come in and you literally fumble the game away. I mean, that DeMarcado thing and, of him dropping the ball at the 1 yard line. Why do so many players do that? It seems like it happens every year. It happened 2 weeks in a row, which is pretty funny. And then Gannon getting in the ear of DeMarcado, and then, all the talking heads, getting after Gannon and saying that's not appropriate to be, pushing a player, touching a player. I get what they're saying. I understand why he did it, though. But it seems like he doesn't have great control of that team as a whole.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this is a great list here, Jess. I've got my top 5 here. You're going to see a lot of similar names as what you've got on here, but I've got a few, maybe some hot takes here. I have an honorable mention here. He's number 6, technically. He might not even be number 6, but I wanted to talk about him a little bit. John Harbaugh of the Ravens. They have not performed how they should have been performing for a few years now. And I don't know. I think if you're the Ravens, you're starting to think maybe about going a different direction because Lamar's at the point now where, I know he's been hurt the last couple of weeks. Them losing these games is not really John Harbaugh's fault. It's just they can't seem to get over that hump. They can't even get over the Bills hump, let alone the Chiefs hump. So that's what all these teams are going to want to do. And if they can't do it, maybe it's time to look elsewhere. John Harbaugh's the longest tenured coach, I believe. Oh, maybe Mike Tomlin's got him beat by a little bit. Okay, by probably a couple of years. But he's right there. He's been playing or been coaching for the Ravens forever. He's done so much for him. Might be just time for a change of scenery. But I don't think that happens this year. I really don't. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Number 5, I've got Zach Taylor from the Bengals. Man. Here's why I've got him, okay? This is another team that has suffered a lot of injuries, but they're not doing what they need to be doing to win games, and his coaching tree is bad. How about Brian Callahan, who just got fired, rightfully so, from the Titans after less than a year, I'm pretty sure, and they're not good, and Joe Burrow's been disguising the fact that Zach Taylor's not good. If you talk to Bengals fans, they have wanted him gone for a while. They do things, play calling, that is just out of the norm. It's just strange things that they do. So he's on the list. Number 4, I've got Jonathan Gannon. I pretty much agree totally with you. I don't think he's quite at number 1 yet.
I hate him.
Well, he's not doing well. This is another case of Eagles, because Jonathan Gannon from the Eagles, the Nick Sirianni coaching tree. Not very good, is it? He has not shown any sort of interest or any sort of you've got to deal with the cards you're dealt, and you're sticking with Kyler Murray, and they do nothing unique. And here's Marvin Harrison Jr. He's not lived up to his potential. That team is just stuck in the doldrums. You've got to start to look at coaching, as to why they are. Number 3, I've got Aaron Glenn. It bums me out. I think I like Aaron Glenn, and I don't actually know if he's that bad of a coach, and I don't like firing coaches before they have a whole year. I don't like even talking about it before they have a whole year. But we're 0-6 here. We're 0-6, and we ain't going to win many more games.
Man.
And you're totally right with how you were talking about Garrett Wilson getting frustrated. The debacle at halftime last game when they could have put some more points on the board. Garrett Wilson's frustrated, and he apologized for it, but he's right. He's like, hey, why are we not scoring when we have the opportunity to score? We're down. We need to, let's take a shot. They won't do it. And Justin Fields, sure, he's not good. But if he can't win a couple games here, he ain't going to make it through the year. And that's a shame. I really don't think Aaron Glenn's actually that bad of a coach. It's just the Jets are the Jets. But, he is on the hot seat. This might shock you here, too. Number 2, I've got Kevin Stefanski of the Browns.
Whoa.
I know. But
I like Kevin.
I kind of do, too. But, man, the Browns have been terrible. They just can't figure it out. And as a coach, you've got to be able to be like, hey, are we going to do this quarterback carousel every year, or are we going to get rid of Deshaun Watson? Take some command or whatever. I think they would need to win some games. Number 1, it's Mike McDaniel. He will not make it through the year. He will not make it. He will not make it 3 more weeks. Every week that I think maybe, I thought he maybe saved his job with that Bills game. And now you got Tua coming out going, players are late. Now you got old players coming back going, Tua was late. Now he's a poor leader for one. I've got more and more beef with Tua every time I hear him talk. I go, when he was mad at the reporter for asking him about throwing a bunch of interceptions, he was like, well, what's a bunch? It's like, how many you throw, bro? You suck. You're throwing 3 in a game. That's a bunch. What is your problem? You're mad at people because you play like ass? And you're totally right with how you were talking about. He has got zero control over that team. Nobody wants to take blame. Nobody wants to step up. They're going to play below their potential. They're going to continue to drop games that they shouldn't drop. They're going to continue to be undisciplined, and he will be fired because he doesn't have any control, and he's never going to have control of that team. It was fine when they were winning. Because, and when they made the playoffs, they lost to the Chiefs, but it was like, hey, we made the playoffs, we're trending in the right direction. And people thought it was going to continue because Mike McDaniel, he's a guru. He's a Sean McVay type. And he just ain't got it. Maybe he does have it, but you need to still be able to control a locker room like Sean McVay certainly does. He always has disciplined teams. He's yelling at people. Imagine Mike McDaniel yelling at somebody. Hey, man, you false started there. You need to get back. Nobody's going to care. So anyway, that's my top 5. Agree with you pretty much on all that. I think Nick Sirianni's in the conversation. He's just got to lose some more games. And then Pete Carroll, I think same difference. I think they'll probably give him a full year just because, hey, let's try it out. But yeah, the rest of these guys I could see getting fired before the year's up. I really could. But anyway, I think that's it for this week's episode of Low Production. Jess, you got anything to say?
I got nothing to say, but thanks for having us for this week.